Hello students, this is Dr. Sangeeta Joshi from Vidyalankar Institute of Technology, Mumbai. Let us start with the course Basics of VLSI Design, Module 5, Data Path Design. Today we will see the details of adder design, carry look-ahead adder. Let us start with the basic building blocks of digital device components. This is data path unit which processes the data. This is the control unit which controls the program flow, memory unit which stores data and results as well as the program, and this is IO unit. Now this data path design basically comprises of various functional units such as algorithmic logic units or multipliers that perform data processing operations as well as registers, and a larger data path can be made by joining more than one number of data paths using multiplexer. It also comprises the control unit, which is comprising of finite state machines, then the buses, interconnects and memory. 4-bit ripple carry adder. This is a digital circuit which produces the arithmetic sum of the two binary numbers, and it is comprising of full adders which are connected in a cascaded fashion. You can see here that the carry in is to the first adder, carry out of the first adder is given as an input to the second adder, and output of the second adder is given as an input to the third adder, and so on. In this way, carry actually ripples through the all adders, and therefore it is called as the ripple carry adder. However, the disadvantage of this adder is that the propagation delay, which is corresponding to the propagation time of the carry through all the adders, is significant when we keep on increasing the number of bits of a number. Therefore, we need to have improvement in the design of a adder. Here you can say that here your sum S3 is not at all valid unless a valid C3 appears here, and therefore we need to go for a different designs. And one such adder is a carry look ahead adder. Now why it is important? We know that all arithmetic operations like multiplication and division, these are basically implemented using the addition and subtraction operations. Now therefore it is very important to improve the speed of addition, to improve the overall speed of other arithmetic operations, and which subsequently will help us to improve the system performance. This carry look ahead adder is basically used in most arithmetic logic units. This is definitely faster compared to the ripple carry adders or the full adders, especially when adding a large number of units. That means that reduction in the propagation delay is most significant whenever you are adding the large number of bits. This carry look ahead adder is basically using the propagate and generate logic to make the addition much faster than the ripple carry adder, and it is able to generate the carries before the sum is produced, and therefore the last full adder block, that is the leftmost, need not wait for the carry to come and sum to be produced, and therefore it is much faster compared to the. Now let us look at the details of carry look ahead adder. As we have already seen, these are designed to overcome the latency introduced by rippling effect of the carry out bits. That means it reduces the propagation delay by introducing more complex hardware. And this algorithm of carry look ahead adder is based on the origin of the carry out bit in the equation. Now if you look at this full adder circuit, you will find that this sum is nothing but the A exclusive or B exclusive or C in, and this carry out C out is nothing but A into B that is you can find out this is A into B, here you are getting A into B plus C in into A exclusive or B, that is this is the C in, one of the inputs to the AND gate, and the second input is coming from this exclusive OR, that is the A exclusive or B, and that is how we are writing the equation C out is equal to this. Now you will note that either term AB or the term A exclusive or B into C in is responsible here for generating the carry. That means in the carry out bit these are the two terms, A into B and this C in into A exclusive or B. So if any one of this term is giving you carry out, then C out would be 1 here. For designing the carry look ahead adder, let us separate these two terms now. And these two terms are propagate term and generate term. So propagate term is the P is equal to A exclusive or B, that is the coming out of this, and G is the product of A into B. Now propagate, what does it mean? Propagate and generate. Propagate means propagating through bit position I even if position I does not generate its own carry. That means whenever you are adding A and B, it is actually not generating any carry here, but it is actually carrying forward. That means it is propagating the carry that is being received from the earlier full adder block. That is how it is called as the propagate. And generate means it is actually out of this A into B product, a carry is being generated for that bit position independently. That is how it is called as the generate. Now ultimately we will end up with this formula, that is carry Ci plus 1, carry to be generated for the I plus 1th position is equal to generate term of the ith position plus propagate term of the ith position into carry of the ith position, and then that is the recursive formula. So let us look into the carry look ahead adders algorithm details. Now you will find that for calculation of carry out, C out or Ci plus 1, what is important is the calculation of the Pi term and the Gi term. And then finally we can find out Ai into Bi, that is the generate term, plus Ci into Ai exclusive or Bi, which is the propagate term. So ultimately Ci plus 1 is equal to generate term plus Ci into propagate term. So when either generate or the propagate term is equal to 1, you will be getting Ci plus 1 is equal to 1. So you can see here Ai into Bi, Gi will be 1, and if carry in is 1, then that will be propagated as a Ci plus 1 even if Ai and Bi are not creating carry as a 1. So you will find here that whenever Ai is equal to 1, Bi is equal to 1, then only carry will be generated. That means generate term, this term will be giving you the carry. And since propagate term is nothing but an exclusive OR operation, wherein you will be getting 1 only when both the inputs are not equal. That is Ai not equal to Bi. Then only you will be getting the propagate term, and the same is also shown here. You can see here 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 0. So propagate term is there, whereas here no carry will be generated because one of the terms is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. So one of the terms is 0, so A into B product would be 0. So no carry would be generated. And whenever both the terms are 0, 1, 1 and 1, 1, then carry also will be, then the carry will be generated. So in summary, we can say that the carry look ahead adder main idea is to calculate the Pi and the Gi for every bit. And once you calculate that, then from this equation you can calculate Ci plus 1. And once Ci plus 1 is calculated, then you can calculate the separately you can calculate the sum, that is Pi exclusive or Ci. And once you are getting Ci plus 1 and Si, then your adder design would be ready. So let us again look at the summary of this two variables, that is carry generate and carry propagate. So this is the propagate term, this is the generate term, so this is the summation term, and this is the carry term. Ci plus 1 is equal to Gi plus Pi Ci. So our aim is to calculate the Ci plus 1 through Gi and Pi. Now let us look at the equations for logic of 4-bit CLA. Let us analyze these 4-bit CLA equations with C0 assumed to be a known value. So I can write definitely C1, that is Ci plus 1, as a Gi plus Pi into Ci, that is G0 plus P0 C0. Okay. Similarly, I can write C2 is equal to G1 plus P1 into C1. However, since C1 is known to me in terms of G0 and P0 and C0, I can replace C1 by this term. So G1 plus P1 into G0 plus P1 into P0 into C0. Simply I have substituted this term, entire term, in place of C1, so that I will be getting C2 in terms of P0 and C0 and G0. Since that is how it is called as the recursive formula or the nested loops. Now carry 3, C3 is equal to G2 plus P2 into G1, C1, actually it is C2, but now after elaboration directly it is given as like this, and C4 is equal to G3 plus P3 into C3, but in place of C3 entire formula is being written here. So that is P3 into G2, P3 into P2 into G1, so P3 into P2 into G1, P3 into P2 into P1 into G0, so P3 into P2 into P1 into G0, and P3 into P2 into P1 into P0 into C0. So that is being written here. And finally sum is equal to A exclusive or B exclusive or Ci. And A exclusive or B is nothing but your propagate. And then that is the propagate exclusive or Ci. So every carry bit can be found from the generate and the propagate terms. That means you need not wait for the carry to be generated from the earlier full adder bit block. And algorithm yields nested sum of product expressions. This is the sum of products expressions. Now this is the logic network for 4-bit CLA carry bits. What are the earlier equations that we have seen in terms of the C0, C1, C2 and C3? All those equations are implemented using a logic diagram. So here also you can find G0, C1 is nothing but G0 plus P0 into C0. So that is written here. C2 is nothing but G1 plus, this is P1 into G0 plus this is G0 into P0 into C0, and like this for the C3 and C4. And if that logic diagram we include as a CLA network, how do we calculate the sum of a adder? We have seen in the earlier case how carry is being calculated. Now if you put that as a CLA network, what inputs you are giving is the calculated C0, P0, G0, Pi, P1, G1, all Pi's and Gi's. So what output that you are getting is the C0, C1, C2 and C3. But when you do the exclusive OR with the C0, with the P0, then you will be getting the sum 0. C1 and P1, then you will be getting the sum 1. C2 and P2, then you will be getting the sum 2, and so on for the sum 3. So that is how you will be getting the sum as well as the carry for the CLA adders. Now let us look at the NFET logic implementation for the carry look ahead adder terms. This is nothing but the NMOS logic, I mean N block, right? So basically for carry 1 C1, the equation is G0 plus P0 into C0. So these two terms are in a product form, so they are in this AND operation, P0 into C0, and that is OR to the G0. So this NMOS is there for the G0 whose input is G0. So the output of this block is the C1 block, C1 bar actually, because it is a NMOS logic, that is the NFET logic. Now if you look at the second equation C2, C2 is G1 plus P1 into C1. So mind you, already we know that this is the logic for the C1. So what I'll do, I'll keep this logic as it is here. So this I have kept as it is, P0 into C0 plus G0. Now what is, it is multiplied by P1. So therefore this is in the AND operation, multiplied by P1, and that is being added to the G1. So again everything to entire this thing, this is kept in parallel. So that is G1, and the output of the entire circuit is the C2 bar. Similarly, C3 is equal to G2 plus P2 into C2, and then that is expanded here. It is here, it is actually written as a in the expanded form, but actually it is P2 into C2, and then that is equal to this entire term. So let us understand C2. So this C2 block, entire C2 logic, so that is implemented already from up to this, and then to that what is added is the P2. So P2 is added, and then since G2 is in parallel, so G2 is added here in parallel, and output of this entire logic is the C3 bar. And for finally for C4, that is the carry 4, it is G3 plus P3 into actually C3, and then in the expanded form you will be getting the entire equation like this. So you will be, first let us understand this entire C3 as it is written here till the G2, and to this P3 is added in series, and to the entire this thing G3 is added in parallel, and the output of this is the C4 logic. Now that is how all these carries are generated through these logic arrays, and this is the most frequently asked question in the university exam papers. Now let us look at the possible uses of NFET logic arrays. Now already we have seen the carry look ahead adder carry part design using the NFET logic. If you are implementing it using the CMOS logic, then we also need to work out the design for the PMOS logic, and then you will be getting the CI bar. However, if pseudo NMOS logic you are using, wherein definitely you will be using the less number of transistors, because only one transistor we are using in the here in place of the PMOS. However, here we have to think of the design issues such that the device ratios will be such that the VOL is sufficiently small without using excessively large value of the NFET. That means the NMOS size should not be excessively high. And the third option is the dynamic logic, wherein we are putting the pre-charge and the evaluate cycle, that means one PMOS here and one NMOS at the bottom. This however introduces timing problem and gives output that are only valid for a short period of time. Therefore, the selection of the circuit family involves considering it requires many factors to be taken into account. Now let us look at the advantages and disadvantages of carry look ahead adder. The first and foremost, that definitely the propagation delay is reduced significantly. It provides the fastest addition logic because of the reduction in the propagation delay. As far as the disadvantages are concerned, It gets complicated, circuit gets complicated as the number of variables increase, and circuit is costlier as it involves more number of hardware, and that is obvious also. Finally, the reference book which I have used for this portion, it is the Introduction to VLSI Circuits and Systems by John P. O'Meara. Thank, Thank you students. Wish you a best luck for your ensuing examinations.